Hey you, overthinker. Come here. Sit down, let's talk. I would sit there and think. I will think about all the what ifs in this world. I thought about it. Okay, that's me. So I found this online. It says, overthinking isn't a flaw, it's misplaced intelligence. They're usually deep thinkers, planners, and problem solvers. Okay. The issue isn't thinking too much, it's thinking without direction. Bam. Finished. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, my name is Abisola. If you are new here, if you have been supporting and you're part of my 40 subscribers, congratulations to us guys, we're growing. And if you're new, like I said, please subscribe, join the family, and let's keep talking about these things that affect us every single day. I'm an overthinker myself, and I'm going to share obviously what I do to get by, because it can be a lot. But like what I just read, it doesn't mean it's not necessarily a bad thing. There are ways to view things, but you don't need to view it in a bad light. Overthinking simply means that you care about what you want to do. You care too much, really. You simply deeply care about what you want to do, and you want to get it right. You don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to take the wrong steps. But here's the problem. The problem is when you let it stop you from taking action. So overthinkers generally, we've got an idea, and then it's to break it down, and the problem could come in that breaking it down process, or even when to take a step and actually get things done. So what helps me, like I said in my last video about writing things down and breaking them down into achievable goals, and so that I'm able to hit the targets, what helps me is to write them down. I can't overemphasize writing things down. It completely changes your perspective. So then things that you think are so huge in your mind, it breaks them down, and you're like, okay, wait, actually, calm down. You tell yourself, calm down. Writing things down is so therapeutic, and it just makes things more visible for you, so I can actually hit these goals, I can do this. So if you're an overthinker, don't underestimate the power of writing things down. So what helps me really is, if I've got an idea, it can spiral into something massive. Don't underestimate that, because generally it means you care. And also it means that you come up with brilliant ideas that could be worked on. So let's write them down, and you'll see how much you're able to achieve. So I think we shouldn't look at it from a negative point of view, thinking, well, here I go again, I'm just an overthinker. No, please. It is a power, okay? Some people can't even think. They can't think that far. They don't have ideas. But here you are, with one small idea of going to the shop, and then you've decided, as a result of you going to the shop, I could do this, that, and it spirals. Okay? Just knowing how to curb that makes it super beneficial for you. The first thing I do is, if I'm not able to share it with someone, right, I write it down. And when I'm writing it down, it's to say that it doesn't need action immediately. I don't need to act on these thoughts immediately. I can write it down and come back to it later. So, but the simple fact of me putting it down to paper or on my phone means, okay, I've done something about it. It kind of tricks my mind a bit. And if you're able to share it with someone, if it's an idea, if you're able to share it with someone you trust, even better. I could send a text to someone to say, I just thought about this, and blah 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 blah, and that helps. Another thing that could help is actively stopping yourself from keep going. So diverting your attention to something else. So I find that if I'm constantly in this frame of thought, maybe for an idea or a situation, so I don't just want to look at it from ideas perspective. Overthinking could be when a situation happened and you then replay that in your mind, and it's like, I should have said this, I should have said that, oh, when I said that I should have done this, and this happened, and that person said, oh man, I should have, and you replaying the whole thing. Why did I respond that way? Why was I why did that person do that? What does that mean? Does this mean that that person stop yourself. I would actively divert my mind. I generally enjoy planning things, or watching videos, listening to music, sometimes even talking to myself. So if I find that there's a situation where maybe a scenario happened and I didn't respond in that moment the way I would love to, I'm there thinking about it and replaying it in my mind. I just, you know what? Let's put some music on. Let's go on TikTok or YouTube. Let's write something. Oh, I'll go read something I wrote. Okay, let's work on that instead, and just completely divert my mind. Because you know what? It's already happened. It's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. So overthinking in that kind of situation, it doesn't really help matters. But sometimes one of the things that I'm actively trying to work on is telling myself that in the moment, or if it was to happen again, I need to know, just be sure in myself of what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Is basically working on how you present yourself, working on yourself. What are your thoughts? What do you stand for? What are your beliefs? So it's okay to say no. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay even if you don't respond in that way, in that manner. Maybe next time we can address it. Maybe not, but let that situation go. So if you're someone that is constantly replaying scenarios in your head, thinking, oh, I should have done this. Okay, but you didn't, and it's fine. Next time, maybe you could. And if there's nothing that could be done about it, you need to let it go. But in that moment, when your mind is playing on it, just stop, skirt, and let it go. Watch a video. Do something else and just take your mind off it. But yes, letting go can be the difficult part, but you need to get into the habit of doing that, stopping yourself and letting go. I guess one negative thing about overthinking is you are generally not in the present. You're either thinking ahead or you're thinking in the past. You're not really looking at the present. Focusing more on the present is an exercise that I guess people like us need to do more of. What can you do right now? What can you do about it? So let's just focus on the right now. That generally helps, and it makes you, as a person that overthinks, more productive. So that's another thing we need to do. And I think lastly, just because you're feeling it, or just because you're thinking about it, you're sometimes anxious about it, you're feeling whatever it is you're feeling in that moment, it doesn't mean it is 100% fact. Our emotions are not reliable. They're not reliable sources, okay? So when we're thinking of certain things, oh, I did this. Have you ever been in a situation where maybe in a circle, in a discussion or something, you know, you've either said something or you've acted a certain way, and then you're thinking back, and then maybe you speak to someone afterwards, and then you ask them about it, and they're like, no, like that, completely opposite of that, like that was really good. That happened to me the other day. I had a speaking engagement. I said everything that I needed to say, did whatever, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I wasn't looking at people. I wasn't presenting very well. I was just blabbing on, or maybe I was looking down a bit too much. I did this. So then I asked someone about it and shared some of those things, like, oh, I think I wasn't connecting enough. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing that. And they looked at me crazy, like, no, it was good. And I just thought, what? Are you sure? Are you just saying that? No. Like, this person had they had no reason to say nice things about what was done. But the fact was, I felt it. I felt that that was what the case was, but it wasn't. So just because you're feeling it so heavy doesn't mean that it's real or it's fact. And I think the last thing I will say to encourage anyone out there, and I'm overthinking right now, thinking, oh my gosh, all my points must have been everywhere, but still doing it regardless. My last point really would be to just show up as your true self. Yes, you think about things a lot. Yes, you think about scenarios. You have ideas. You're writing things down. You're working on yourself, stopping yourself from getting to a point where you just think you don't do. You're doing all these things. Just showing up as your true, authentic self is more than enough. It's like me doing this YouTube channel. I've said to myself, I've been wanting to do this for the longest time. Since I had my podcast and stopped the podcast, I actually went on a break and just didn't go back. But since I did that, I wanted to transition over to YouTube, and I'd been wanting to do this for the longest time. But guess what? I'm doing it now because I stopped overthinking about it. I just thought, okay, I've got my topics, let's go, let's do it. And yeah, that's why we're doing this. So just showing up is a lot better than just still thinking about it, sitting on these ideas and thinking about it. Because you don't know who out there is waiting for you to just take that step and do something. So let's stop overthinking. And especially when it comes to things that has happened in the past, there's nothing we can do about it. It's out of your control. It is out of your control. So let's not dwell on those things. Let's just work on what we can do for the future. And if we're active, if we're doing things, the future's going to be good by the grace of God. So anyway, I think that would be all for today, this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not an overthinker like us, let us know what you do. What's it like on the other side of the fence? I'd like to get some insight into that kind of life, because I don't know any other. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, please like this video, share it, leave me comments, let's talk, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hello again, my beautiful people. Welcome to another episode. Sorry, I'm back in my podcasting days. Hello, Mr. Overthinker, Mrs. Overthinker. Come, let's talk. Calling all overthinkers. Overthinker, come over here. Let's talk. Let's have a chat.